experience in leadership development, training, sales, product management, human resource process, talent management, and change management. Her expertise combines business and sales growth and strategy, consulting, and coaching with strategic vision and high emotional quotient. She is part of global multidisciplinary team of strategy consultant and leadership facilitator, and is Oxford Leadership Certified Coach on Self-Managed Leadership. And she is also an Ikigai coach. Through a unique blend of consulting, training, and coaching, MAM strives to develop the required leadership competencies in senior and mid-level businesses and sales leaders to deliver results true to their potential. Ma'am has coached and mentored several senior leaders across industries, and her clientele ranges from senior leaders in MNCs and large corporate, seasoned entrepreneurs and startups entrepreneurs. As a growth consultant, she helps companies to set up their growth strategies and process and manage change with a focus on business growth. She has worked on self management, leadership or leadership skills, and covers other aspects like visioning and goal setting, communication, team dynamics, trust building, interpersonal relationships, sales growth, customer orientation, and culture transformation. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would hand over the session to you. Please take it.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And good morning, ladies. I'm so privileged to be here. And let me actually start my session by saluting all of you and a very heartfelt appreciation, because you all are extraordinary group of individuals. You have been shaping the landscape of entrepreneurship with your passion, your innovation, and your resilience. So, namaskar to all women entrepreneurs, and namaskar to the Nari Shakti. I think this is the best time for us to be talking to women entrepreneurship, and the way you all have taken that courage to get on, start a business, I think that's fantastic. So salute to all of you. Um, as I'm going to speak about the art of selling, I also want to say that there might be certain questions that you'll come across. We will have a question answer session at the end, but in case there is something, you can just type it off into the chat box so that we can handle those questions later. And if there's something that you want to say, just raise your hand so that we can, have a nice conversation. So I hope all of you are with me. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Super awesome, super awesome. Okay, so did you all know that in India, we have 13.5 to 15.5 million businesses owned by women, and we are providing 22 to 27 million individuals direct jobs, and this number is going to actually grow up to 31.5 million by 2030. So it is very important that all your businesses, the businesses that you are a part of, you make it very successful. Correct? Because that's how the economy is going to grow, that's how you are going to grow, and that's how you yourself will be providing jobs to so many. And I think this is a fantastic number. So this is the kind of contribution each of you are making, and I'm going to help you see how better we can sell and how we can reach this number and probably go beyond this number. I think we'll cross this number the way women in India are performing and starting up new businesses. So are you all excited? And if yes, then give me a reaction, give me a thumbs up, give me something. Excited? Hello, good morning. Give me a reaction. Yes, perfect. Super, that is what it is. Super, super, awesome. Okay, so let's understand what we are going to be doing today. We are going to understand the importance of selling, the art of selling, and when we say art of selling, there has to be some part of it which is science also. So I'll touch upon a little bit of science of selling so that you understand the difference between art and science. Okay, so what is selling? Very simple. Each of you are either selling a product, a service, or even you are a knowledge giver. I think knowledge givers today also are a huge community of business entrepreneurs. Okay, and they are doing a fantastic service. Similarly, creating unique products, innovative products, beautiful services. I think that is exactly what selling is. So the process of exchanging goods, service, knowledge for money or any other valuable consideration. I think this is something that we all understand. But the point is, it's not just limited to transactions. It is limited to building relationships. It is beyond solving problems and creating value. And that is exactly what selling is all about. You will have to excuse me, I woke up today with a bad cold. So let's understand there are certain challenges, but there are lots of opportunities for women entrepreneurs. What is selling in small and medium sized business, and the key strategies. What are the strategies that we are going to have to master the art of selling? All in super. So let's understand what are the challenges. And I'll not spend too much of time on the challenges because these are the challenges that we have already overcome or we are in the process of overcoming. Okay, so there are challenges of biases, stereotypes, the women challenges. Don't dwell in it. The best entrepreneur is the one who has broken these biases and gone ahead. And women have done it beautifully. And each of you have done it beautifully. So don't dwell on it. But yes, understand that exists. Okay. Second challenge that we have is the access to funding and resources, and this is where we become innovative. Okay, so these are all challenges that we have overcome or we are in the process of overcoming. And the third is balancing work and family responsibility. And I'm sure each of you understand this very well. Today, when I woke up, I had this blocked nose. I had I had a slight amount of fever and a viral. And I was thinking, look at me. I had to speak to all ladies, and they face these things. Sometimes the child is falling sick, sometimes they themselves are falling sick, sometimes an elderly in the family, and they still have to manage. So beautiful, but we know how to manage it, or we are learning how to manage it, and I think you guys are doing a good job. So let's look at the opportunity, and this is what I am more interested in. So there is this whole spirit of entrepreneurialness in women. Now remember, if you remember COVID time, right? So many ladies sitting at home came up with ideas, came up with so many ideas, and some of you may have even started your business during the COVID time. Yes, you, especially the knowledge givers. When we learned that yes, the Zoom thing is a possibility, okay, where we can use the Zoom and reach out to a larger number of people. So I think, and especially also if you remember, a lot of a lot of women started on yes, started during COVID. They started cooking and they started having their own small little kitchens at home and started providing food. And then that business flourished. So I think we as women always look at issues and challenges and come up with creative solutions because that is an inbuilt system within women, the entrepreneurial spirit. Okay, and we just look for those opportunities which are there like crazy. The second important thing, which the opportunity is there today for all of us, is increasing the support network and resources. Women, today there are so many women focused business accelerators, mentorship programs, networking events, online communities, you, communities and systems like the one we are currently having, where we as women support each other. where we help each other with our experiences, with what we have learned, so that everybody can flourish. And this is the beauty of women entrepreneurship, okay, where we come together and help each other. And I think if we continue with this essence, women entrepreneurs will be fantastically successful in our country. They are, and more of you will do pretty well. Okay. The second one is the market demands. Today, the market is asking for very diverse and innovative solutions. Okay. We understand the unmet needs better of people so that we can develop innovative solution. I just want to give you an example. So there was this this person. I mean, all of us have experienced, like, searching for keys in our handbags is the most difficult thing that we do. Okay, so you reach home and then you're spending another couple of minutes looking for that key because it's there somewhere in our handbag with 20,000 other things inside the handbag. There was this lady who came up with an idea that as soon as I open my handbag, the light will shine in. So, she had put up the lights in that bag so that it becomes easy to search for the key. Now, don't you think that's an innovative solution? And only a woman could think of, because she understands the problem, right? So, and identifying unmet need is a very critical part. And I think that is exactly what you all have done when you started with your business. You understood what is that critical thing that is missing. So it is important when we come to selling, it is important that we understand what is the need and go ahead and talk about it. The whole beauty is we may understand it, but the person who has to buy it has to understand it, and we will spend a little time going forward on that. So the importance is very simple: driving revenue and growth. Now, as an entrepreneur, there may be 20 things that you do, but the primary important thing that you do is driving revenue and growth of your own business. Having trust and loyalty with your customers by awareness, by relationships, and also by creating a feedback loop so that you understand what they're wanting. Yeah. Now, this is an important thing which I would like to say, and this is the art of selling. When we are having a product or a service that we are trying to sell to the market, before we go to the market, it is very important that we understand why we are doing it. Why are you doing what you're doing? And if you get the why of your business very strongly, the art of selling becomes easy. So, are you all able to relate to what I'm saying here? The understanding of the why is very critical, because when I say why, it is your purpose. Each of you has started your business for a particular reason, right? So, what is that reason? If you are able to understand, then everything around your business has to be from that why. So, it's not about I know a particular recipe or I know how to cook, and then that is the reason why I get into a business. That's not the reason. The reason is, so I want all of you all of you have a reason. I want you to spend a little time to get into the why of your business, because the what is the results, the how is the process, how you're going to sell, but the why is the critical thing, the purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? Okay, and this defines everything in the way we do our business. This I call it as the golden circle, but this is the most critical thing. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is the purpose of your business? Okay, once we have defined the why, then comes the art of selling. The art of selling has a couple of aspects, and we will dwell into each of them a little bit more detail. So the art of selling is, first, very important, and I'm not talking the science, the art, okay, is the emotional intelligence. Understanding and connecting with your customers at the emotion level. You know, when you go and buy something, are you taking a rational decision with your head? No, you are taking an emotional decision through your heart. The head will give you the rationale or the logic. The hands will actually get you to do some action. But the decision making of buying something is at the heart level. And this is what is very important. So we know what product we are selling or the service we are selling. We want people to buy it. But is it touching their heart? Are they getting emotionally connected to your product or service to buy? That is critical. So it has to have this whole connection of the head, the heart, and the hands. Only when this connection is communicated is when the selling happens. Think of the time when you bought something. It just connected somewhere, touched your heart, right? Any any decision of buying, the heart has to be in place. The heart has to feel it. And that is the emotional connect in the art of selling. Okay? So connecting with the customer's emotion is very critical for sales. Second is communicating, active listening, empathetic, being empathetic, understanding their point of view, and telling the whole thing through a story. Storytelling is very important when we come to selling. Does somebody want to say? Sandhya, do you want to say something?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not on mute.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Okay. The third very important is relationship building. So there is a slight difference between emotionally connecting to customers and building strong, trusting relations. Okay? Persistence. So you have a goal and you have to consistently, no matter what you're doing, you have to be consistent in the pursuit of your goals. And the fifth part will be, how do you influence others? How do you use negotiation strategies or persuasion techniques to sell? Okay, so are we all together on this? Any questions still here? Are we good?
Yes.
All right, super. Thank you, Swapna. Thank you. Now, as entrepreneurs, we, for many of us, we may have started entrepreneurial journey probably late in our lives. For some of us, very early in our lives. For some of us, at different stages. Okay. And before we got into this journey, we may have had some kind of experience through family in business or through our own studies about entrepreneurship. And for some of us, we may never have had any experience about getting into business or becoming an entrepreneur. I'm so sorry. So, for us, very important, very important is to have confidence in selling, to be able to sell very confidently. I meet a lot of entrepreneurs and I meet a lot of women entrepreneurs and and startup founders. Sometimes I find that they lack conviction in their own product. Most of them have their conviction, but somewhere, and it is very easy to see, the minute they have less confidence in their own product or the service that they are providing, the sales will not happen to the way that they wanted. So be very confident. Talk about your product, talk about your service very, very confidently, because you have something unique. And if you have not identified what is unique on your business, then spend time. It is always better to spend time to understand what is your unique strength and perspective. Recognizing your value is important. And also be very assertive, self assertion. You have to convince yourself before you convince others. Okay? So, confidence in selling is that much more critical. Overcoming self doubt and fear of rejection. I'm sure this is something that we all keep at the back of the mind, it keeps playing. Okay? Is it possible? Can I do this? Will it work? Will it not work? What happens if it doesn't work? All these things will be there, accept it, but overcome it. Just fight it off, have a self talk. And the best way to have a self talk is ask two questions to yourself. So what? What else? These two questions will help you to overcome your self doubt and the fear of rejection. Fear of rejection, the best question that I have worked out is so what? Somebody rejects me, so what? Big deal. So what? Somebody else will find me. Somewhere, somebody is out there for something that I have to offer. I just need to find that somewhere, somebody who will buy my product or my service. Okay, so that's the best way to get over your fear of rejection. So what? So what? And ask this question to yourself. How do you overcome self doubt? By asking what else is possible. If you have a doubt, can I do this? Will it work? Should it happen? Is it okay? What will happen if I don't do this? Ask your question, what else is possible? And you will get the answer. Trust in yourself, you will get the answer. When you ask the right question, you get the right answer. Okay? Seek mentorship and support from other women entrepreneurs, and always be willing to learn, because you don't know where learning comes from. It comes from a customer, it comes from one of your own people, it comes from family, it comes from friends, it comes from a network, it comes from a mentor, it can come from a book. As entrepreneurs, make it a point to read a book. Always be reading a good book on business. That's how you become better and learn the art of selling. Okay. The other important thing is understand your target market. Very, very critical is to know whom are you selling. Because if you understand your target market, your ideal customer, their pain points and their motivation to buy the product, then you will know how to communicate. Because critical in selling is your communication point. I met recently a lady. She was into this masala uh, kind of business, food, and I asked her, "So whom are you going to be selling?" And she said, "Everybody." Everybody doesn't mean anything. You cannot be selling to everybody, because everybody will have different needs, different communication points that will connect with them. So, if you're starting a business or if you have been in business for some time, identify who's your ideal customer and build your communication and go deeper with them, because you will know their pain points better. Okay? Then conduct market research, group research, surveys, meet people, just continue to meet your customers so that you understand needs and preferences. And tailor make your product or service according to what you get as a feedback. And always be a little flexible to change, because the market is continuously changing. So if you think what worked 2 years back will work now, not necessarily. So you need to be very flexible. That's the art of selling. Okay. Like I said, communication skills. So when you are communicating, what you communicate will come from what you understand. And how you understand is only by listening better. So ask open-ended question, but listen, listen, listen. Customer is always giving you clues of what they want. Are you open to listen? Always and always. Okay. So then tell it with a story. Whatever you want to communicate, communicate it very clearly. Communicate your value proposition, communicate the benefits, but tell it with a story. Story connects to people. Story, people find it very interesting to remember. And being assertive. Being assertive is the art of selling. How confidently. So I keep coming back to the confidence. I keep coming back to communication, listening, storytelling. This is the art of selling. Okay. So selling has too many things, but art of selling is how can you communicate your business in 20 seconds or 30 seconds. What is your elevator pitch? Do you have an elevator pitch? If I ask you, what business are you in? Will it take you one full paragraph to tell me your business? Will it take you 5 minutes to tell me your business? Or you can tell me your business in 30 seconds. My business is, I'm a growth consultant. What do? I help businesses grow their sales, their people, and their processes by understanding the market. This is my elevator pitch. What is your elevator pitch? Can you do it in 20 seconds? Can you do it in 30 seconds? So the homework today for you should be, whatever is your business, create an elevator pitch for yourself. 30 seconds maximum to explain your business. Got it? How many of you have an elevator pitch? Can you just give me a yes? You have an elevator pitch? Elevator pitch means during the elevator is the lift, right? So during that 20 seconds, how can you explain your business? You have it. Very good, Namrata. Rashmi, fantastic. Super, Meghna. Super, Sarita. Fantastic. This is the critical. Keep practicing, keep changing your elevator pitch to see how impactful it can get. Very good. Very good. For those who don't have it, spend time today and prepare your elevator pitch. Those who have it, keep checking the efficacy of it. Is it working? Is it effective? Okay, and you can have 10, 20 different elevator pitch. It's not necessarily one. So your logo or the punchline is different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your elevator pitch. Within 20 seconds, how can you explain your business? Not your logo, not your punchline. Okay? The next one is building relationships and trust, which is very authentic. You have to be from your heart. People should. So when you meet some people, no, they're faking it up. Correct? And women are very good in noticing. She's acting, she's faking. Similarly, you should not be that person. You have to be very transparent, genuine, authentic. That's very critical for selling. Then maintain regular communication, deliver your product. Actually, go ahead and exceed. Do something that the customer doesn't even expect you to do. You have just kind of done something fantastic for your customer. They will never forget you, they will be loyal, and they will talk good about your business and get you so many new references. That's how you build your credibility. Okay, so always go do something much beyond. It'll be initially probably cost you a little bit, but what you will get in return is absolutely fantastic business returns. Okay, so build trust, build relationships, and go much beyond what your customer expects. Similarly, leverage network and partnership. Like I said, there are so many networks. Be a part of it. Continue to meet people so that you can learn. And very important is learn technology, utilize social media, because this is the art of selling. You cannot just continue to go and talk to people and sell. You need to reach a larger market. You need to have an online presence. You need to have a website or a social media profile. Be there in the online marketplace. Engage with customers. Email, blog, put up pictures, talk about customers, testimonials, create more social media content. Okay, but always analyze your data, because once you get so much of data there, if you're not analyzing, you're not working the science part of selling. This is all what I have spoken is the art of selling, but there is a huge science of selling. Okay, and the science of selling comes from data. So you have the data. If you analyze it on your website, traffic, conversion rate, customer engagement, then you know where you need to put your focus on. Does it help? So blending art and science is very important, having that emotional connect and data-driven insights. So it cannot be just the art of selling, it has to be art and science of selling. So you have the emotional connect, you know what they want, you're doing everything, building trust relationship, but you also have the data that you are analyzing, that you're working on, that you're figuring out where your target market is, who is buying more, what kind of customer profile is buying more, and you are working your sales strategy based on that. Okay. So, yeah, so customer service follow up, very important. For example, I'm just giving you an example of how the science and the art works. So the art part is your emotional connect of empathizing, understanding customer unmet needs. Okay, but in the customer service and follow up, the data driven is looking at the surveys, looking at data matrix, looking at areas of improvement, looking at the feedback from the customer. Okay, so that is hard data. So it's always data. So if you're doing too much of just emotional connect, relationship building, customer service, and all that, and not working the data part of it, you might be missing out something in your business. So make sure that along with the art of selling, you also apply the science of selling. Okay. So similarly, customer. So it's all about data. Customer services, customer interactions, personal details, preferences, past connections. Um, these are the emotional connections. But if you look at the data, what it is talking about, purchase history. What do they like? What are they browsing? What exactly are they looking for? What is the pattern that you can come out from a customer's preferences? So if you know both, then you are better in selling. Does it make sense? Yeah. So everything on every aspect that you have, there has to be a heart, and there has to be a science of selling. Does that make sense to all of you? I think my time is up. We'll just have 5-10 minutes of question answers, if that's okay.
Yes, ma'am, we'll take up the questions now.
Yes. Yes, ladies.
Yes, if anyone have any questions, you
Any
can ask.
questions? Was this clear to everybody? It looks like everybody has understood, or nobody has understood.
Yes, ma'am, we have understood.
Okay,
Thank you for the presentation, ma'am.
thank you very much. Do you have any questions here?
Yes,
Ma'am,
may I ask one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, Archana, quickly, if you can answer the question.
Archana, please go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am, like I have my own millet snacks business, but from quite few times I am into LIC also. It's like something I why I joined LIC was my intention was like, I feel that it's a social service where you help people understanding to do the savings and use it at the time of crisis. But because of the our previous people, what they have created in people mind is like LIC people, they only approach for their commission base for commissions, but the things are not like that. It's something where I want to help the people by understanding that what is its importance, what is the importance of health insurance. But people are like always, oh, you talk about your benefits. So how do I use this art of selling, ma'am?
Okay, so you have two businesses. Okay, one is
Yeah.
the question you've asked me is on LIC, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so there is a perception that you're fighting against, which other people have created. Okay,
Yes.
and you want to create a new perception or a new experience for your customers so that they break away from the perception the rest of the people have created. Correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Actually, my personal experience is, ma'am, when on in 2021 on Diwali day, my husband got sudden stomach pain, and we had to rush to hospital. And emergency, we had to do the surgery for kidney stone. It was an emergency rush, and when I was standing in the counter to pay the amount, it was around somewhere 2,80,000. So what I felt was a star was Star Health Insurance, which I deal with. I felt as if a star is standing next to me and is telling, "Don't worry, I am here." So, and at that time, I did not need anyone's help, or neither family or anyone, because the main thing was I wanted finance. So, at the time of festival, you cannot even ask anyone because everybody will say, just we finished with the festival. So, that time it was so happening that I literally felt that star standing next to me and saying that, okay, I am here, you please don't worry. I wanted that same thing to convey to my friends or family others that no, this is actually very helpful at the time of crisis. And that time it was like the main thing, my focus was on just taking care of him, not on the finance, because I knew that my insurance is taking care of me. So the same thing I wanted to convey to people, as you said about the storytelling. Even I conveyed this message also. People are like, okay, theek hai, dekhte hain. So that is something where I wanted to know about.
Okay, Archana. So some will, some won't. But the point is, you continue to talk about what connects to you and how it can help others, right? Okay. Now I'm sure that you have communicated to your friends and family and they said, "Acha, theek hai, dekhte hain." Do they really have a need? And even before that, the perception of an insurance person, if they are having, do a little research. What do they understand? What do they relate about it? And then try and change that perception by your behaviors of how you can go ahead and help them without
Okay.
any agenda that they think that you have. So most of the time insurance people, like you're saying, may have a perception that it's for their own commissions or their own agenda that they're trying to sell a policy. Correct?
Yeah, but as you will not believe, I had an experience of one of my known bhabi. I just approached them. They were alone. Bhaiya was around 56 or 58. I said, this is the main time where you guys need the insurance, bhabi. Why don't you go for it? Arey nahi, theek hai, kya zarurat hai? And you'll believe it or not, after 6 months, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and where they had to sell a property because they had to spend in 2 years around 35 to 40 lakhs. So they had to spend a huge amount. And if they had taken up the insurance when I had told them, because Star Health have a auto recharge facility, they could have almost saved around 20 to 22 lakhs. But they were like, "Are kya zarurat hai?" And after that, they were regretting like anything. So that time I was like, why didn't I push still more? I myself I felt that guilt. So I just wanted to know about. because you're giving such a beautiful session, ma'am.
No, I think Arjuna, you have made a very strong point. People buy because of certain things that they hit at their heart. But people necessarily may not buy if they are fear driven. Okay, so if fear is being the driving factor that ये करो नहीं तो आपको ये हो जाएगा, people don't buy. But people buy when they are motivated, when they find the sense, which is in the heart, and the emotion that connects, which is in the heart. That money can be saved for so many other things. Okay,
It's
so
yes.
Ma'am, can I say something? I used to also do LIC
oh
business some
please,
years ago.
yes, Stella, go ahead.
Actually, you know what, ma'am? In LIC business, you have to go on following up, explaining, communicating in a very friendly note.
Very true, very
And,
true, very true. You have to be
20,
persistent.
30,
Now your voice is getting disconnected. Yes.
20, 30 communications. Like those days, we didn't have all these social media written things and all, WhatsApp and also. I used to visit this my clients at least some 40 to 50 times, and finally at the end of the year they'll say, okay, we'll go ahead with it. And many who had clients who I had got are now still using. And first I started with my own family when they were all 18 years old. I started, I lost my father at a young age, so I knew the value of this life insurance. So I have a large family, so I used to, when they each one turned 18, I used to start paying for them. When they started working, they all started paying, and now all of them are getting that that lump sum amount and all thanking me, promoting it to their friends. But now I'm not an LIC agent. But constant communication and follow up is very important. One communication will not serve the purpose. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stella. That was a very good tip for Rachna and for all of us. I think it's not only in a life insurance policies, but it's for any sales that you do. Constant communication, persistence, never say die attitude, and having the confidence in your product. Very, very important. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Actually, I am in continuous communication. It's like I clearly tell them, you're not doing anything for me, you're doing for yourself. But it's like, अरे हमारा भला हम देख लेंगे, तुम tension मत लो. So that is where somewhere it's like many a times, like as Stella ma'am said, the conversion is very less. But yes, I accept the follow up is must very much important. But I wanted to know how do I take out that myth from their mind that yes, I am working for a commission. No, boss, I'm not working for commission.
Create a new perception. Build your
Yeah,
relationship
that
and
is what
create a
my
new
question is.
perception.
How do I create a new perception
Give
that
them a
this is for
different
your
experience.
Arjuna, I think if you attend the other sessions which are lined up, probably your answer would be clear. You will get your answer.
sure, ma'am.
In the paucity of time, I would take this opportunity to thank Ms. Shalini for being with us today and giving such a great session and discussion. It would be really